Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of automobiles where innovation meets speed and style. But hold on to your seats because we've got a story that's as rare as it is thrilling. Before we start this thrilling journey, hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss what's coming up next. Today we're talking about the one and only Motion Vega. This isn't your ordinary car. Oh no, this is the vehicle that rocked the very foundations of the automobile industry. Buckle up, folks, because we're about to take you on a wild ride through history. But before we dive into the epic tale of the Motion Vega, let's rewind the clock a bit. Our story begins with Baldwin Chevrolet, a humble dealership snuggled in the heart of Baldwin, New York. Founded in the early 1950s, Baldwin Chevrolet quickly became a local institution, known far and wide for its impeccable service and unrivaled selection of Chevy vehicles. At the helm of this automotive empire was none other than Joel Rosen himself, a man with a passion for performance and a knack for business. You see, Joel wasn't just happy with selling cars. He had bigger dreams, grander ambitions. And so in the late 1960s, he founded Motion Performance, a tuning shop that specialized in transforming ordinary Chevys into fire-breathing monsters of the road. It was here in this hallowed workshop that the seeds of the Motion Vega were first planted. Joel and his team of skilled mechanics were constantly pushing the envelope, experimenting with new technologies and pushing the limits of what was possible. Now, I know what you're thinking. How does a humble Chevy dealership lead to the creation of a legendary car like the Motion Vega? Well, my friends, that's where the magic happens. You see, Joel wasn't just a businessman. He was a visionary. He saw potential where others saw limitations, and he wasn't afraid to take risks in pursuit of greatness. And so it was only natural that the Baldwin Chevrolet Motion Performance partnership would give birth to something truly extraordinary: the Motion V8. With Joel's expertise and the resources of Baldwin Chevrolet behind him, there was nothing that could stop the revolution that was about to unfold. And the rest, as they say, is history. The Motion Vega took the automotive world by storm, leaving a trail of burnt rubber and shattered records in its wake. Motion Vega shook the automotive world. This V8 economy car may seem like a contradiction, but it was a powerhouse on the road and a game changer in the industry. It's the swinging 60s, a time of revolution and change. Joel Rosen was a visionary ahead of his time who dared to dream the impossible dream: a V8 engine in an economy car. Fast forward a bit to the 1970s, and the United States is experiencing an oil crisis. Gas prices are skyrocketing and everyone is scrambling for fuel-efficient cars. This led to a demand for more fuel-efficient cars, and the Motion Vega was Chevrolet's response. They took their popular economy car, the Chevrolet Vega, and gave it a major upgrade: a powerful V8 engine. This transformed the once humble car into a speed demon, reaching 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5 seconds. The Motion Vega was a car that was about to change the game in a way nobody expected. Now, I know what you're thinking. A V8 in an economy car? That's like putting a rocket engine on a bicycle. But trust me, folks, Joel Rosen wasn't just any ordinary engineer. He was a mad scientist with a wrench and a dream. Joel set out to create the ultimate driving machine, armed with nothing but his passion and determination. Day and night, he toiled away, pushing the limits of possibilities. And then, in a blaze of glory, the Motion Vega was born. With its sleek design and powerful V8 engine, it was unlike anything the world had ever seen. From the moment it hit the streets, the Motion Vega sent shockwaves through the industry. Suddenly, economy cars weren't just for getting from point A to point B. They were a statement, a symbol of speed and style. And talk about customization. The Motion Vega offered a smorgasbord of options, from different engine configurations to a kaleidoscope of paint colors and interior features. It was a canvas for self-expression, a way for drivers to make a statement on the open road. But not only did the Motion Vega turn heads on the road, it also left a trail of dust in its wake on the racetrack. That's right, folks, this bad boy wasn't just built for cruising, it was built for winning. The Motion Vega was the brainchild of a group of rebellious engineers who decided to take the Vega, a compact car known for its economical nature, and transform it into a beast on wheels. They wanted to prove that you could have both power and fuel efficiency in one package. So they decided to drop a rare V8 engine into this unsuspecting economy car. And it wasn't just about the engine. The Motion Vega boasted a revolutionary lightweight chassis, advanced suspension system, and an aerodynamic design that sliced through the air like a hot knife through butter. Despite the skeptics, the Motion Vega proved them all wrong. It became an icon in the automotive world, sparking a new wave of innovation and creativity. It showed that sometimes you have to think outside the box and challenge the status quo to achieve something truly remarkable. Whether it was tearing up the drag strip or leaving supercars in the dust, the Motion Vega proved time and time again that it was the king of the road. And as word spread, it wasn't long before everyone wanted a piece of the action. From its humble beginnings in a garage to its legendary status on the racetrack, the Motion Vega truly changed the game. It was more than just a car, it was a revolution on wheels. Now imagine the looks on people's faces when they saw this little Vega innocently purring at a traffic light, only to unleash its hidden power, leaving everyone in its dust. It was like watching a mouse transform into a lion and roar. The Motion Vega quickly gained a cult following. Car enthusiasts were lining up to get their hands on this unique and powerful creation. It became a symbol of rebellion against convention, a statement that you didn't have to compromise on power just to save a few bucks at the fuel pump. And let me tell you, the Motion Vega was a force to be reckoned with. It could go from 0 to 60 in the blink of an eye, leaving other cars in its rearview mirror, scratching their heads in disbelief. It was like the Vega was saying, hey, I may be an economy car, but watch me destroy everyone on the road. Even Hollywood couldn't resist the allure of the Motion Vega. It made cameo appearances in blockbuster films and graced the screens of millions, solidifying its status as a cultural icon. However, as with any great story, there were challenges along the way. The Motion Vega faced its fair share of skeptics and naysayers. Some people couldn't wrap their heads around the idea of a compact car with V8 power. But you know what they say, haters gonna hate. Tragedy struck when Joel Rosen, the visionary behind Motion Performance, passed away unexpectedly. His untimely death sent shockwaves through the automotive community, leaving many wondering what would become of his groundbreaking projects, including the Motion Vega. Now you might think that the dream died with Joel, but you'd be wrong. His legacy lived on. A blazing torch passed on to those who believed in his vision and were determined to see it through. Despite the grief and uncertainty, Joel's team at Motion Performance refused to let his dream fade away. They rallied together, fueled by a shared passion and a commitment to honor his memory in the best way they knew how, by bringing the Motion Vega to life. And so, with Joel's spirit guiding them every step of the way, the team at Motion Performance poured their hearts and souls into the project, determined to see it through to the finish line. Sadly, like many legendary cars, the Motion Vega's journey eventually came to an end. The oil crisis passed, and the demand for fuel-efficient vehicles shifted the market in a different direction. But the legacy of the Motion Vega lives on, reminding us that even the most unlikely combinations can create something extraordinary. Before we wrap things up, I've got one final message for all you gearheads out there. If you want to stay up to date on all the latest automotive adventures, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join the fun. And hey, while you're at it, why not drop us a comment and let us know what you thought of today's video? We'd love to hear from you guys, and who knows, your comment might just inspire our next big adventure. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on rolling and stay passionate about cars.